Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today, it is Halloween month. That is right. An entire month of Halloween. And for us, it's been Halloween for a lot longer, since July. Because that's when we're recording this. But anyways.
All season is spoopy season.
Yes. Especially when you like horror.
Mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
But today, we are covering Wolfman, which came out this year in 2025. Yeah, so we thought it'd be fun for this October to do kind of like the creature feature. You know, what you think of when you think of Halloween.
To old school creature features.
Yeah, so this one is obviously werewolves, so yeah. But before...
It's the Wolfman.
Yes. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So... Well, first, I'm wearing I'm a Woman of Convenience shirt, which is on our Teespring. And for tea, we are doing the Washington Irving Sleepy Hollow tea, which is a pumpkin chai black tea. And this one, I will say, is like a handmade, like, small store, so I don't know if it's available online, but I will try and find it. But forgive me for trying to read all of this. It's got, oh my goodness.
It's not just me. You want me to attempt it?
It's fine. It's pumpkin chai black tea. And I'm going to try and find a link, and you can read all the ingredients in there, because I'm not going to try and deal with it.
There's a lot in there.
I will say, I feel like we made a grave error in not putting milk in this. But we will try it without milk in this episode. And next episode, we plan on trying it with milk to see how it's different.
Unless it doesn't need it, in which case we'll just drink it as is.
And for our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So for the summary of Wolfman, this father, along with his family, go back to...
his dad's house.
Yes, his dad's house. And on the way there, they get attacked. And... the father
is scratched.
Yes, and starts turning. And yeah, it's a werewolf movie.
It's a Wolfman movie. There's a distinction, I promise.
Okay. But yeah, so for entertainment, I will say... it's like these types of movies, this type of creature feature is not my particular cup of tea, but I really liked how they did the story, and I really liked how they did the transformation and like his perception versus their perception. I thought that was really interesting.
Especially the vision.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, especially when it showed, like, complete darkness where you couldn't see him, but then he could see them perfectly fine.
It was like it was daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally give it a 7.25. Is like, just because this isn't my favorite type of movie, I don't necessarily need to see it again. But if someone wanted to turn it on, I would definitely not complain.
There is also some gore that I knew as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, she's going to hate this.
Honestly, what bothered me the most was when he was going ham on his arm.
God, that made
I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like
that. Okay, so I'm all right with gore. She's never really been a fan of gore. I'm all right with it. That scene made me all kinds of uncomfortable and gave me all kinds of ick. I was like, stop. Ew, no. Why are you doing
yeah.
Stop that.
And then, of course, the noises that they added did not help at all.
No.
Yeah. But I really liked how they showed the relationship of, the main character and his wife. Mm-hmm. And kind of like what their starting point was. And then whenever he got sick, she got so worried about him. And even when I'm like, okay, that's a few red flags, it's like, she's not going to assume that he's going to hurt them. Like, she actively, was trying to help and, try and see if she could get help for him. But, yeah, that doesn't go so well.
There were a couple of scenes because my husband watched this one with me too. I was like, I love you so much, but I would shove your ass out the door and lock it. Or I would leave your ass there and take our daughter and go get help. I would send help for you, but I ain't risking our daughter.
Yeah.
And he's like, fair.
But yeah, I feel like with Wolfman, werewolf, whatever you want to call it, I feel like with these types of creature features out there, this one is actually probably one of my favorites. I really like how it's done. And I don't know, I think, time will tell if it becomes like a cult classic or whatever. But I think it definitely has the potential because it brings a lot more life to the lore than a lot of other movies of that type do. So that's what I got.
I give this one a 7.25 for entertainment.
Same rating.
I would like to give it a little more, but I feel like it's not one I would necessarily go to every time for a Wolfman or werewolf type movie. There's some others that I probably enjoy just a little bit more. However, the effects were done really well. It was an interesting take on the Wolfman. The lore, they didn't give us much.
Which makes sense because it's more them experiencing this.
Yes.
Like they don't have they're stuck in the dad the grandfather's place. So it's like they don't really have time to research or anything. It's just happening right then and there.
They find out a lot of things as they go.
Yeah.
I wanted a bit more lore, honestly, because they give us a little bit in the beginning. A very small amount in the beginning. And you get little tidbits here and there. But you don't get a whole lot, which I appreciate them not force feeding it to you. But a little more depth, I guess, would have been appreciated. I was not expecting this movie to be all of it to take place in mostly just one night. I was not expecting that. I was expecting them to be there for a week or so, him just coming down with something or fighting off what they think might be an infection or something and having car trouble, or because they were run off the road, they don't have a vehicle to work with and all. So just trying to figure out how they can get help and get to town to get him help and things like that. But nope, all happened in one night, apart from the very beginning of the movie.
Though I will say the scene with his father and him as a kid, They did such a good
They
job
did
with
a
making
fabulous
it
job.
tense
Yes.
and creepy
Absolutely.
and scary.
Also, tell me your dad's ex-military without telling me your dad's ex-military.
Yeah. For real.
The very beginning. Whatever he said, Ten Hut or something like that in the very, very beginning. And the kid jumps out of bed and makes his bed with precision. And all like, oh, your dad ex-military. Oh, for sure. Just a funny little tidbit there. The interactions and all feel pretty fluid and natural. There's not really any robotic lines delivered or anything like that. Everything feels plausible. It's very, very tense. Like we were saying before, the switch from what they're experiencing from what he's experiencing was super interesting. And the fact that like the speech became all garbled was really interesting too. So I thought that was cool. It tugs a little bit at the heartstrings. For sure.
They did a great job with establishing the relationship between his daughter and him.
Especially, yes. Because it felt super tense between him and the wife. They were clearly having some issues that they needed to work out. And it was just... Oh, this movie. It was a good one. It was a good one. It's definitely worth at least one watch. Very interesting take on it. There is definitely some body horror and gore with this movie. But it's refreshing to have this kind of movie. We don't get many of these, especially lately. So I feel like it was, for the most part, tastefully done. And it was a nice callback to the original kind of Wolfman movies. So, yeah.
What do you do for realism?
It is a tough one. It's a tough one. And I think partly because they don't give us a whole lot to go on. Lore-wise.
Yeah, I mean, really going off of, like, the interactions and the actions and stuff like that, I think I'm fairly comfortable giving it a 3.5. Just like
It's close to what I gave it to.
I like the fact that it showed the tension between the wife and the husband, but as soon as he is not well, the wife switches and kind of like realizes, like, you know, what she has and that she really does love him.
She doesn't want to lose him.
Yeah. So like the interactions with the family is great. I know the mother was trying to be quiet, and you can only be so quiet when you're interacting with a car, especially when it's as old and rusty as that pickup truck looked like. But it's just like, I'm really surprised that the Wolfman that they were running from didn't hear sooner. It's like, that one was very much a movie's got a movie moment, because of course he doesn't appear until she's like...
Oh, he was definitely stalking them. If you watch, you can see him moving past the window.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I need to rewatch that. Oh,
yeah.
That's creepy.
He was a little further away, but you can see his silhouette move.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so he knew.
He definitely knew.
She tried at least.
Them.
She did her best.
Like you said, there's only so much she can do.
Yeah.
The fact that she was able to get it running at all was a miracle.
Yeah. And I don't know, like their reactions to like the running away and like going up higher and stuff, I thought was overall good. I am kind of surprised. Like, I know that they didn't have a whole lot of choice, But I am kind of surprised that they went up on the greenhouse looking thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust a tarp to hold me.
Nope.
I was like,
Zero trust.
I would rather chance running as hard as I can back to the house than trying to change.
Or the barn that was right there.
Or the barn.
There was a barn.
Especially if the tarp breaks while you're on top of
Exactly.
it, you're going to potentially injure yourself.
Exactly.
And be in a worse mess. So, yeah.
Also, normal wolves can jump at least a story high. Normal wolves. And this was a wolf man that's supposed to be
I hate that.
pretty strong. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Love
Just
that.
so you know. Oh, yeah. Most fences are nothing to them. Just, you know. It's all about motivation.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Really, the biggest thing on the realism is the actual, turning. While, I don't know. It's I really like the distortion. And, I mean, the vision changes, I feel make sense to a degree. Mm-hmm. Now, the distortion of the speech, I don't know. I could see it to a degree. But on the other hand, I don't know. But one thing that was a little bit frustrating was when the daughter was doing the exact same mind read thing that she would do before he got sick, and he wasn't understanding what she was trying to do, it seemed.
That came off to me more as him struggling not to hurt her. He's fighting against what he's turning into. And everything is kind of a perceived threat at the moment, but he's telling himself, no, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
She's not actually trying to hurt me. I don't want to hurt her.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch that scene, but I can see
I
that.
still would not have let my daughter get that close.
Yeah, especially when they don't know what he has, they're getting close and interacting with him a lot.
Yep.
What if
I'm
you
sorry,
can catch it?
you start eating your arm, you're getting locked up somewhere other
you might
than
have
we are.
rabies.
Yeah, absolutely not.
If I'm not,
our daughter's not getting anywhere
Yeah.
near that.
Yeah.
Love you so much, I will send help for you when I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my daughter safe first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of questionable there.
Yeah, that is not a parenting choice I would have made.
Yeah. But yeah, realism's kind of a toughie.
Yeah.
But it always is with these types of movies.
It is. Personally, I gave it a 3. Yeah. So we were fairly close. So I didn't count off initially for the Wolfman being out and about and hunting during the daytime, because that's a different type. It's not a werewolf, it's a wolfman. There's a distinction there. The lore is slightly different, but if his vision is that sensitive at night, then daytime should have hurt his vision a little bit. So I took off later for it. The fact that they don't change back, that would be a distinction as well. That's why he's a wolfman, not a werewolf. It has nothing to do with the moon. There's no lore about silver or anything like that. It's and it's not just bitten, you can be scratched too, and that's how he was turned. And he turned fast. I feel like a little too fast. It was definitely some body horror there with how everything was shifting so fast.
Yeah, honestly reminded me a lot about is it American Werewolf in London or whatever? It has a super horrific transformation scene.
Yeah,
where you're like,
that,
oh my god.
Yeah. They weren't playing around. I did slightly count off a little bit for when he drove off the cliff, essentially. Could have drove into, like, almost wall area of the forest, or could have drove through the dude that was in the road. They weren't even driving that fast. It was at night, so they could barely see anyway. They were on a dirt road in the middle of the forest. He wasn't going that fast. He could have slammed on the brakes, which I know it would take a while to stop, especially with, a giant U-Haul with potentially other things in said U-Haul. But again, you could swerve to the other side of the road when there's probably not going to be anyone coming down that road to begin with. Mm-hmm. And the way he chose, like, you chose the worst possible way to go. And the thing in the road, he wasn't even sure if it was actually a person. He said it looked like a creature, but it was standing on two legs like a man. So he wasn't even sure. And in that kind of situation, I'm sorry, but the best option would probably be to just hit it. Slow down as soon as you can and stop as soon as you can, but...
I mean, that's what they say whenever, and at least in the Texas driving school that I went to, that's what they said, is to just, it's safer to run over than to try and avoid, unfortunately.
Oftentimes, yeah, especially on a dirt road in the middle of the woods in the nighttime. Like, no! You have a kid in the car! And your wife! And a random stranger! And also when the guy got in the vehicle like that and had the gun sitting like that kind of towards them, I'm sitting here like, it's gonna go off and hit someone. Like, that is not gun safety. Like, dude who was raised around guns and uses them often is gonna sit in the truck like that. I counted off for that. I didn't count off for the lack of seatbelt that he had. Because out in the country, I could easily see that happening. Easily. Especially if you're just going down the road a little ways. But the gun safety thing, that's an issue that I take issue with. That made no sense. And then, dumbass thought it was a fantastic idea to open the door to fall what looked about a story high with the gun. Especially when he knows what's out there. He was movie fodder. He was a movie's got a movie moment for sure. They mostly made decent-ish choices in the house, which I appreciate. They did try to use the CB radio to try to call for help however they could. I don't know why they didn't look for a landline once they got everything up and running. Because even if the guy was trying to stay mostly off-grid, everyone needs help once in a while. And you can't guarantee that someone's going to be on the other end of that radio, like we saw.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So... it was pretty predictable that the dad was going to be the one fighting them. I did take off a little bit because when he chewed his own leg off, while I did see it coming, and while that kind of made sense, he wasn't bleeding out. Like, there wasn't near as much blood coming from the stump as he's crawling and eventually running on 3 limbs after them.
Bye, Michael.
Bye, Michael. So there should have been a lot more blood loss there, which should have affected him in turn. I do like how he had enough of himself left to, one, not hurt them. Like, he was actively trying to get to them, but he never tried to actually attack them.
Yeah.
And he recognized once he got to them that there's not really anywhere they can go from here. And he's in so much pain with the transformation and everything. He doesn't want to be this. There's not really anything else they can do to help him. And it's just causing a lot of trauma, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So he just wanted it to be over, and I can definitely understand that. And while it is sad, it makes for a nice story with some closure. And the fact that because he was taken care of, he wouldn't infect anyone else inadvertently, intentionally or otherwise. And I did also like how they did... The mom did bring the daughter out to the place that he talked about after all of the very, very traumatic events.
Yeah. It was sad, but very sweet.
Yes, it was very bittersweet at the end. So that was nice. It was a nicely rounded story.
Yes. Yes.
I also took some slight issue with when they were hunting in the very beginning. They should have been wearing bright reflective vests. I know they're out in the country and they're probably not even hunting with licenses because they're probably technically on private property and or otherwise, but still it's just a nitpicky thing. And
yeah, I guarantee that there's hunters that don't do that, even though you're not supposed to.
So many things. So many little nitpicky things that I have. But overall, it was a decent movie and most of it made sense. I am of the same mind with you when they climbed up onto the greenhouse thing. I'm like, oh, hell no, this is not going to end well. That's going to rip and they're going to fall and there's going to be death.
Like, I'm surprised it took it as long as it did.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, this is not going to stop him. Either they're going to rip it or he is. Either way, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's largely what I got.
Yeah, like overall, I feel like Wolfman / werewolf movie, it's definitely worth a watch.
Oh, for sure.
Like, this is a great example of a creature feature film.
This is a good, intense creature feature.
Yes.
I've seen other Wolfman and werewolf movies that are kind of slow. Like, they have a lot of, like, daytime scenes and all, or where they're trying to find it, where it just drags.
Yeah.
And they only show the thing here and there. But this one, like we said, most of it took place over one night.
Yeah.
And it was so intense. Like, once he got scratched, it was 0 to 90.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the setup of, like, the family, they were super intentional with it.
Yes.
And so they did a really good job of, like, setting it up really quick to where you know, like, what that family is like. And you also understand where he is coming from because you see how he grew up.
And the fact that he was trying to be better and break the cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. So, very well done. But thank you for joining us today and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a Movie Gamer tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
And if you'd like to support us monetarily, we have our Teespring, where you can find our lovely mugs and shirts.
Merch.
And other merch. We have our PayPal, and you can find all of those sites again mentioned link below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy. Bye.
Bye.